Welcome to this Pause First Academy course, Breathing, the Body's Natural Stress Reliever. I'm your instructor, Kim Colegrove. This is a super short and simple course that you can complete in just a few minutes that's intended to help you begin to understand how you can use your breath to reduce your own stress and regulate your nervous system. The breath is the simplest and most accessible tool for regulating the nervous system and reducing the symptoms of stress. So from now on, I'd like you to think of your breath as a tool, like a resilience tool that you keep in your resilience tool belt and you can pull it out anytime you need it. So when you notice that you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, flooded, anxious, you start breathing. I'm going to give you a few different breathing exercises you can try. You'll find one or two that work for you, and those become a couple of new tools in that resilience tool belt. Before we move on, let's take a moment right here to take a couple of nice deep breaths. So no matter what you're doing, even if you have earbuds plugged in and you're walking or driving, you can do this along with me. I want you to take a nice deep full breath. Just really inhale. Make sure you're filling those lungs with fresh air. And then sort of slow down your exhale and try and exhale completely. And now I'd like you to take a couple of more breaths like this, just focusing on inhaling a little deeper than you normally do and sort of slowing down that exhale each time. And then track your mind to your breathing, like bring your awareness to the inside of your body so that you can pay attention to what this feels like. So you notice that expansion in your body each time you inhale. And then notice what you feel inside your body as you exhale. You notice that rise on each inhale, and there's sort of a fall on each exhale. Take a couple more. I'm going to be quiet for just a few seconds so you can really focus on what this breathing feels like. Just breathe. When you get the hang of this, you'll start to realize that you can use something as simple as what we just did to kind of create a reset for yourself. It's a very powerful tool once you learn how to use it and you start using it regularly and on purpose. According to the American Psychological Association, the APA, deep breathing can reverse the stress response, lowering cortisol levels, and activating the body's relaxation response. And then there's this from Harvard Medical School. Deep breathing increases oxygen supply to the brain, improving cognitive function and emotional regulation. The Mayo Clinic notes that regular breathing practices can lead to long-term improvements in physical health, including better lung function, improved circulation, and stress resilience. If you take away only one thing from this discussion, I want you to take away this sentence. Maybe you even want to take a screenshot of this and keep it someplace where you'll have it handy. The breath is the body's natural stress reliever. Remember this one powerful sentence. We have this built-in mechanism that if we'll just use it on purpose, empowers us to reduce our stress and regulate and balance our own nervous system. This is empowering. And yet it's so simple, and it's a tool that's with us all the time. I'm going to talk about and walk you through or guide you through a couple of different breathing exercises now. I'm going to start with diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing, and then we'll try extended exhale breathing. And then at the end, I'm going to give you a list of 6 different breathing exercises for you to try. It's important that you experiment with these different breathing techniques because not all of them will appeal to you. You need to experiment, see which ones feel good and resonate, and then, keep 1 or 2 as your favorites, your favorite go-to breathing exercises. All right, let's start with diaphragmatic breathing. I like to call it belly breathing. It's just easier to remember, and it helps you remember how to do it. It's very simple. If you are watching the video and sitting someplace comfortably, you can place 1 hand on your chest and 1 hand on your belly, and that's just for you to kind of notice or make sure that when you inhale and I'm asking you to fill your belly with air, you notice that hand on the bottom moves out as your belly expands, and it just kind of helps you stay focused on this particular breathing exercise. But if you're not watching the video and you're walking or driving, you're just listening, or if you don't want to do the hand placements, that's fine too. Okay. When you do belly breathing, all you want to focus on is pulling the air on each inhale all the way down into your belly. So with each inhale, the belly expands. And that will cause the abdomen and then the chest to expand next. Most of the time we walk around breathing just into our chest. So this breathing technique is about filling and expanding the belly, or pulling the air all the way into your belly. Begin by taking a couple of deep breaths, and as you inhale, focus on filling the belly first. It might take a little practice for you to get the hang of this, but it's okay. Don't get too hung up on doing it perfectly. Just make sure that with each inhale, you're breathing deeply enough that you notice the expansion of your belly. So if you do have that 1 hand placed on your belly, you want to make sure you feel your belly go out as you inhale. And just keep breathing here. Couple more. Feeling that belly expand each time you pull that air in on the inhale. And then exhaling completely each time. Get rid of all that old stale air on the exhale. Good job. Good job. This is called diaphragmatic or belly breathing. Now let's try extended exhale breathing. I call this a nervous system hack because research tells us that just 2 minutes of this breathing engages the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, you have 2 basic parts to your nervous system. One is the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the body's rest and digest. And then there's the sympathetic nervous system, which is the stress response. So by using a breathing technique, and this is just one of them, by using a breathing technique for a minute or 2, you have the power to shift yourself out of stress response into that rest and digest by engaging the parasympathetic nervous system. All right, here's how this goes. You take a nice deep full inhale, and then you slow down and stretch out each exhale. And the most important part here is that the exhale is longer than the inhale. I'm going to guide you through this, and we're going to count to 4 on the inhale and then 6 on the exhale. But you can practice on your own, and maybe you'll adjust that a little bit. Maybe you inhale to the count of 5, and then maybe you exhale to 7 or 8. It doesn't make any difference. It's just making sure the exhale is longer. All right, well, let's get ready to try this. We're going to do the 4-6 counting. You'll probably need to take a really good inhale as we get started, and then brace yourself to really stretch out that exhale. Let's see how this goes. All right, so we inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to the inhale, 2, 3, 4. Now exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more round. Inhale, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. Extended exhale breathing. Well, we've just about reached the end of this teeny tiny little mini course. I hope that I've given you a couple of things to think about. As promised, here's that list of 6 proven breathing techniques you can try. Box breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, 4-7-8 breathing, alternate nostril breathing, pursed lip breathing, and extended exhale breathing. Feel free to take a screenshot of this so that you can experiment with each one of these. I do recommend that you try several different ones and really pay attention to which ones work for you and resonate, which ones help you start to have that calm feeling. And then pick 1 or 2 that are your favorites, and you keep those in your pocket, and you use them anytime, any place that you are feeling stressed out or anxious or overwhelmed. And I mean, there are many times in your day that you can use this. This isn't just for when you're in crisis. This is any time throughout your day when you realize that you're off. You're a little out of balance. You're a little overwhelmed or feeling tense or stressed. If you'll start using a breathing exercise for just 30 seconds or a minute or 2, you'll begin to feel a difference and an improvement really quickly, I promise. The heavy lifting in the beginning is probably going to be just you remembering to do it. All right, I have one more closing slide, and then that's it for this mini course. And that's a wrap. If you want to learn more about building resilience and increasing well-being, please get and stay connected with us at Pause First Academy. Just go to academy.pausefirst.com.